Industries.
What did you do?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't got yourself entered to win this 1JZ swap Lexus IS300, where you guys seen in the last video, this thing starts and it runs and the drive shaft is at the shop and we're waiting on that, head over to motionontv.com right now, grab some entries. But right now, today, what are we doing?
We're wet sanding.
What would you say? Are you a gluten for punishment? Is that a term?
A what?
A gluten?
I don't know what that means.
A gluten for punishment? I think that's a term. Let me know if that's a term, if I have my punishments wrong or something. But I think Sean likes punishing himself. He said, we need to buff this thing and we need to buff it today. And I said, okay, we have a pile of wheels and tires and coilovers over there, but instead of doing that, I figured, you know, we need a transformation. And before I want to have all the masking, all the stuff off the thing, I'd like to have the bumpers and stuff painted. If we could find bumpers still, I don't know what the bumper situation is. In order to buff this thing, we need to wet sand it. And the reason that we're wet sanding is because there's little things in the paint. Let's see if we can find one. Okay, so see that thing right here? Like a little dirt nib. You can kind of hear it. On the trunk right here, it almost looks like a little solvent bubble, but the trunk kind of got almost the worst of it. Because I think when I painted it, it was kind of in the back. Essentially, it just needs buffed. There's a couple other little things you can see, like right here. See, that's one that needs sanded out. Here's one that needs sanded out. And you can see like a little bit of texture in the paint. There's not a lot of texture, but there is a little bit of texture, often referred to as orange peel. So if you could give this thing a little wipe right here, I'd like to take a look at it. So there's actually these low spots. So this is kind of like a version of orange peel, I guess. So you can see on the edge, hasn't been sanded, has been sanded a little bit. So you can see that texture. So that's the orange peel. And then right here, you can see most of the orange peel is actually all the way gone, but there's a couple little tiny shiny spots right there. And that's just from the low spots from essentially something happening with the paint. But this was literally the only panel that it happened on. Yeah. It was only on the top of the trunk. Everything else is fine, even on the roof. Like the roof looks great. Honestly, in the paint, it leveled out so much just over the last couple of days, it actually sitting in the shop. So pretty much we just don't even need to go like a full crazy, like sand this thing all down to where it's perfect. We just kind of need to knock off kind of the tops of the dirt and kind of get it leveled out a little bit. And then we're gonna plan on basically just polishing it with the compound. So we'll get into that, but for right now, basically just need to do a lot of sanding. We'll probably do a nice test on this. Do the trunk first?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the whole trunk lid and get it pretty much flat and straight and get all these.
So we'll start with 1,000 grit sandpaper. After that, then we'll move up to 15 and 2, and then we'll hit it with the compound on the rotary buffer. I actually have like an orbital, like a random orbital polisher too. That's like a Roops style. So we could do that. We might need to go to the store and get some compound. We might need to go to the store and get some 1,000 grit sandpaper. This color is sick though. Look at that. Purple,
that's why
blue,
I wanna,
and black.
That's why I think with the amount, like the bodywork came out so good and so straight on this car is like literally perfectly straight. Being that we did paint this in the shop and not in like a nice downdraft booth, there is dirt in the paint and stuff. I want to get it pretty much flat and get all the dirt nibs and stuff out of it, and then it deserves it. The quality of the paint job deserves it. So it's going to be a couple days worth of work, but it definitely deserves it. So.
Well, the thing is we did not want to do this at all. No. Like this car shouldn't have even been like the level of paint job that it was. It just, we have an issue with like letting go of things, you know? So you start working on it and you're like, okay, well, I know how to make this thing nice. We can't not make it nice. So that's pretty much what's happening. motionontv.com. Get yourself some entries. Check out that van right there. That van is looking great. I really like that van. Well, I'm gonna see if we can find some sandpaper, and then hey, maybe I'll come out here, help you sand this thing, and then we can start buffing. So as you have seen on the time lapse, Sean has pretty much just been sanding this thing for pretty much 2 days straight now. Well, it's about a day and a half. We started like yesterday afternoon.
Or so.
And what do you think?
I don't mind it, honestly. Like,
Sanded?
just put my headphones in and sand away. This clear kind of had a lot more dirt and stuff in it than we had anticipated, just because we did paint it here in the shop and not in the booth. So it took a little bit longer than expected to basically sand all the clear down and get it nice and flat. But now it's done. We did a test buff right here, and as you guys can tell, it looks amazing. It's like glass. It's like a mirror.
We just did compound and then the machine polish, which we're using this 3M stuff over here. So I have the wool pad, which that cuts pretty good. And then we have the rubbing compound, stage 1. And then we have the machine polish, which is stage 2. So we use the number 1 when I say 1. There's like the little 1 right here. So you do that with the wool or the tan pad, or the off-white pad, and then you do the stage 2 with the black pad, and then kind of polish it like that. And then we actually have a blue pad with the stage 3 stuff, which we'll do that at the very end after basically everything is done. Final sanded it in 1500 grit with the DA. It looks really good. There's not even any like pigtails or anything like that from sanding it with the DA. Everything polished out really nice. Yeah, I would have been out here helping Sean with sanding it today, but I was running all over town today. I had to go in the morning, pick up a drive shaft yoke, the 2-piece drive shaft that we tried to have them extend for this. It's like basically a throwaway drive shaft. None of the stuff works. So I had to go pick up the yoke from them, bring it back here, measure it, go back and drop it off. Dropped it off, and then like an hour and a half later, they call me back and they're like, hey, we made the drive shaft. It's all done. You can come pick it up. So I literally drove into town 3 times a day for that drive shaft, and that's pretty much what I spent most of my day is. I stopped by and I seen Junkyard Dave. I said, how you doing over there? Yeah, pretty much now. Tomorrow is just gonna be all catching up with polishing on this thing. So I guess we'll catch you guys then. Ooh. Yep.
We got it, boys.
We got it. A day late and a dollar short, but we got it.
But it's here.
It's here. I'm ready to rip it
Test
now.
fit? Yeah.
Just don't scratch the paint, okay? Are we gonna test fit it right now?
Come on, let's go.
All right, there it is. Ready to go. Beautiful. So now we have a Lexus IS 300 now. I feel like all these things were painted that white, like that pearl white. It's a nice white. I had one back in the day. I like how these tabs aren't broken. I feel like this bumper is like a repaint. It looks good, which that actually might be good because maybe these bumpers, they just got old, and that's why all the things broke off of them.
Yeah.
So now we have like a good one. So now we need to sand this thing and get it painted, so that way we could make this thing
And then we can drive it.
great again. Then we can drive it. Look, we already got to buffing. Look at, what do you think of that? Actually, look at this right here. Look at this. That's like the good test version right there of like what it's gonna be. Cause this is like kind of in a final polish almost. I was just doing a little test.
It kind of like evens it out. Like it's it's less like jump in your face now, and it's more of like an actual paint color. Wow.
Look, you could just,
That came out great, dude.
lots of buffing, lots of time.
Hey, you know what my favorite car is here? My favorite car. What do you think it is?
Oh, I already know.
Vote in the comments.
The van. The Explorer.
Yeah, it's the van.
We know it's the van, Charles. Look at it. It just, like, looking at it inside it
It
now,
sits pretty.
it's like, it's a good looking van.
I want it.
You want it?
I want it.
All right, 100,000 likes on this video, and I will give this to Charles for free. 100,000 likes, that's it. That's all it takes.
100,000 likes.
100,000 likes, and Charles gets the van free.
Like the video, guys. God. Okay.
I mean, the video, in order to get 100,000 likes, would probably have to get like 250,000 committed viewers, and they'd have to watch this part. But I mean, but the option's out there. I mean, the universe works in weird ways. So if you guys want Charles to have a free man van, there you go.
All right, guys. I'm sitting here editing, and Trevor just pulled up with a car that I don't recognize. Why does it smell like rubber? What the hell? What did you do? Buddy, what is this?
Parts car.
It's a parts car. It runs though.
It does second gear burnouts.
Wow.
Here's the issue with IS 300s. every single one of them needs a front bumper. Every single one has a black interior and they don't want to sell the interior, or the interior is expensive, or it has a black interior but they've sold the seats and it doesn't have a door panel. And that's the instance that we ran into with our IS 300 build. And so I've essentially been talking to the guy who had this thing. He basically wrecked it like 2 days after I bought that one. And he messaged me on Instagram, was like, hey, I have he didn't even know I had that thing. He's like, hey, I have this IS 300. Would you be interested in it? It'd be a cool project, it has a 2J, whatever. Yeah, how much do you want for it? He's like, oh, like 1,800 bucks. It's like, it's probably too much, because it was like literally, you should see the other side of this. We'll get to that in a minute. So he's like, 1,800 bucks. I was like, I'll kind of pass for a little while. I didn't know that we needed all the parts off of this thing. I assumed we'd probably like some of them. Later, he's like, oh, 1,200 bucks, like on his Instagram story. And I seen it the next morning. I was like, hey, I'll buy it for 1,200. He's like, oh, well, actually, I already got doors for it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Long story short, we went back and forth for like 4 weeks about this car, and now I finally have it. And I paid for it. I paid more than I would like to, but it's just one of those things, like, I need it. I need bumpers. I need a black interior. Look at this black interior. So like, for a black interior, this is really nice. Black interior, it's got the door panels, it's got the seats, the headlight, like it has literally everything that we need to convert that to a thing. And we have the car here. We don't have to like go to the junkyard and like pull it and then forget things. It has coilovers on it. It has these wheels that have a little bit of tread left on them. They have drilled and slotted rotors in the rear. It has this thing on the bumper, which I really don't like that, but maybe we could fix that, or maybe we might need that. It has these tail lights, so these are aftermarket tail lights.
Yeah, it's kind of look like half and half almost.
Yeah, I actually kind of like them.
Yeah, they're kind of sick.
As we inch down the quarter panel,
oh God, what is this gap?
You see that gap right there, and you say, oh my goodness, and then you see this right here, and you say, wow, and then you open the door.
Oh my, what is this?
Yeah. So that's.
What did you buy?
That. It is static though. Tap.
Static club, yeah, okay. Bruh.
Pretty serious.
On the ground. Are we on the ground?
Take a look at this thing.
Oh no.
Yep. That.
Oh my God, what is this?
That is my parts car. That's why it's a parts car. So we have that. We have this now. Look at that carpet though. Nice black interior. Nice carpet.
Okay.
And then in the front, look, same thing right here. Take a look at that. So it was barely wrecked.
Wait, this is the same one that I saw the pictures of?
That was wrecked.
That was like completely caved in?
Yeah, this whole side was.
This is that car?
And the wheel was busted off, and yeah.
Oh.
So he fixed it. That was the thing, is like, that's why the price kept going up, is because he kept fixing it. But it's like,
I kind of wish he didn't fix it and just like gave it to you for the original price.
I mean, that,
because it's going to be a parts car anyway.
That was my thought the whole time. Oh, and also look at this. Look at that gap. That's a good.
Well, that's just OEM.
That's a good thumb-sized gap.
That's just OEM
in there because of how far it's pushed in. So he was like, that's the reason the price went up, is because it needed both these doors. So he bought these doors. Oh, he rattle canned the doors, by the way, too.
Wonderful. Love to see it.
But you know, it's one of those things. Like, it's like in this game, sometimes if you start a car build and you're missing parts and pieces, this is what happens. So I can't really blame anybody but myself for not really being prepared, or, you know, jumping on it the first night. But I don't know, it was weird. Like I said, he wanted 1,800, and then the next morning I seen on his Instagram story, it was 1,200. He's like, get it out of my driveway. I was like, hey, I'll take it. 1,200, I'll come get it. And then he's like, oh, but he's like, the next morning he had already got doors from his, because there was another one. So it's like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna fix it. And I was like, okay, well, let me know. Like, what do you want to do when you fix it? He's like, oh, I'll trade you for your dirt bike, like one of the dirt bikes. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll trade you. He's like, well, actually, I need money. I was like, so it's like this little circle. But anyhow, it has a front bumper, it has a rear bumper, it has black housing headlights, which we could probably re-clear and make those nice. It has a good 2JZ GTE, or GE.
That does burnouts.
Sorry, that's like a...
Does mad skids.
It's like a $7,000 price difference. Just adding a T to the G. Yeah, 2JZ GE VVTi motor, it's good. It has coilovers on it. It has a good battery. Now, essentially, this is going to be a parts car. But we'll probably put the black housing headlights on that car because I like them. Probably put the tail lights on it because I like them. We'll put the interior out of this car into that. And then probably what I'll end up doing is putting like some of the interior and the pieces, like the recycled parts, off of that car onto this car, and then sell it like just super cheap if somebody does want to fix it, or if they want to use it as a drift car, something like that.
This would be a great drift beater.
Or I could part it out. I could sell the headlights, I could sell the tail lights, I could sell the engine, I could sell the transmission. Shifts great, it does good burnouts. You seen it held second gear, did a second gear Bernie. I think these things have LSDs? Were both of them spinning?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got an LSD. Guys with FRSs need those, and it's got fog lights. This is what you get. So essentially today we're gonna get the bumper. So actually I didn't think I was even gonna get that car until I literally met him at the shop last night at 10 o'clock. He like delivered it to the shop at 10 o'clock. Up until then I didn't know. So we were like going Facebook, Instagram looking for bumpers. Charles actually just picked up a white, like a mint condition front bumper, which I'm really stoked about. Because that one we basically just need to scuff it and shoot it. We're just gonna use that other bumper over there. We're gonna leave this bumper on here and then take the headlights out of it and then start parting this thing out. This might be the first part out car for the new junkyard.
Ooh.
Do you like that? Maybe we could ship somebody a 2J. We could put a 2J in a Civic. How about that? How about we'll get a Civic. Sean has a coupe out back.
Okay,
and
okay.
we'll do a
How many like?
One like, and we'll build a 2JZ Civic. I'm just talking. That would be cool because I like Civics and I like 2Js.
Little 2J drift Civic?
Maybe me and Jimmy Oaks could have a little, I'll have a Toyonda.
Toyonda?
Toyonda is what I'll have. He'll have the Nissanda and I'll have Toyonda.
Or the Hoyota?
The Hoyota? The Hoyota?
Hoyota.
Hoyota? We'll call it what it is.
He says, do you think it'll do a donut? And I said, I don't think you should push it. And he goes, okay, I'm gonna try. Hits the van.
Ready for another?
Ooh, look at that man van.
And actually, it does pretty good. It left rubber the whole way out. So at least we get to have a little bit of fun. I wonder if it would do that in second.
I don't know.
If I could peel her in second and then just send it out.
And then rip it.
I mean, these tires are pretty cashed anyhow, so we'll just keep.
It was alright. The first one was better.
Imagine if we pulled the taillights out of this thing and then I wall tapped the dumpster. Like, imagine that. Because I felt like I wanted to just do it. I feel like whistling diesel.
So you
right
just
now.
not give a crap about this car?
That's where I'm at with it. But you know, maybe we're gonna pull the bumpers off it and then we'll figure it out. But it kind of rips. Have you ever done a donut in anything?
No.
Do you want to do a donut in this?
Sure.
Should we pull the taillights out before you do a donut in it?
Probably.
And move the van?
Probably move the van.
Probably move the van. All right, we'll do that. And then Charles's first donuts.
Okay.
Are you putting it in too low?
Just put it in 2 and then all the way to L.
L, yeah.
All right, Charles's first donuts. You ready?
All right, too much counter steer.
Not bad. Not bad. I like the little thing it's dragging on the ground too. Buddy, you almost went all the way around. You almost did a figure 8. That was beautiful. Beautiful, Charles.
First time doing donuts.
Give me a what?
Like a TRC what?
Give me a TRC.
What?
Good job.
For a beater, it's great.
Great
Like
job.
I honestly think
just have it as a thrash car.
Seriously, like
Manual,
a thrash car.
Manual swap it and thrash car it. Honestly, it would be great. It'd be like a good like learner.
Yeah.
Like a little beginner car. And
I mean, that was my first figure 8 in anything.
Well, you did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it drives pretty good.
I mean, legitimately, how do you think I did?
I think you did good.
You think I got some potential for
Maybe
maybe some
be the
drifting?
next Chris Forsberg. Next Chris Forsberg.
I just need a car.
Yep.
Motion Out TV sponsored.
Sponsored. Well, part of the Drive It Like You Park at the Static Club.
So Sean just got here and he's seen the car for the first time. Sean, what's your first thoughts?
I mean, I haven't really looked at it.
Come over here, buddy. Come on over.
Wow, what happened?
They fixed it.
No, but like what happened to cause
So we
that?
got like basically T-bone, side swipe, basically side swipe. So this wheel and tire was like all the way pushed in.
So
this
they
pillar-
put doors on it then. These are doors off or something.
Yeah, these are doors off. Remember that other car with the black interior we were gonna get that was missing the front seats and the back door panel?
Yeah.
So it was missing the back door panel because that door panel is now right here. And these are the doors. I needed something, he had what I needed, and it was just...
Yeah, because you, like, yeah, that's kind of a lot for it. But.
Yeah. If we put like a CDO9 in it and just have it as a... We could rent drift cars,
What suspension is
a
it
rental. It has like
Cut
some-
springs?
No, it has coilovers on it.
This place to put a sticker too.
This could be your first drift car, John.
Yeah.
You and Charles could drive it together.
If I like drifting.
I think if you got into drifting, he would like it.
I think the issue with drifting right now is everything is so expensive. The tires are just, we used to be able to get tires for like $75 to $80 shipped. Now those same tires are like $150. So like you used to go out and have like $175, $150 to $175 on the back of your car that you're burning off. Now you have $300. All right guys, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you think about my purchase on that IS300. Obviously that car is not this car, so I wasn't doing a burnout in this car yet. But if you would like to be the one to do a burnout in this car, head over to motionautotv.com. Today is the last day for 10 times entries. The next video you see that we're just sanding away, we're doing body work, we're doing things to bumpers. We got some bumpers, we got the bumper situation figured out, I think, but stay tuned till the next video. Appreciate you guys watching. See you later.